Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Salt Plus Honey. I am your host, Ninky Punch, and this is where we hold space for softness, stories, inspiration, and of course, the sting that made us sweet. So, as you guys can see, this is another solo episode, and I am very much excited to be able to yap with you guys. The last time I did a solo episode was in Grenada, and that was really healing for me because I was like, oh, I wanted to do a solo episode, but I was like, oh, is it going to look weird, me just like speaking here to my camera? But I enjoyed it, so we're doing it again. As you guys know, I have been in London. So this is my notebook. This is actually my articles book, and I like write all my articles in here. So I decided to just like write down, a few pointers that I wanted to speak about today so that I don't like overyap. So I would like to actually start with just checking in with myself and speaking about what like London has been for me and like just like this transition that I've been going through. So yeah, just how have I been? And I would say that I have been very much transforming. I've been in hermit mode. I feel like being in hermit mode and being in isolation is one of my favorite places to be because it really allows me to just go inwards, and that's where I can really think best. I've really been trying to cultivate peace within my environment, and just like cultivate the peace that I had in Grenada in London. And for people that have been in Grenada and that also have ties to London, you guys know that the peace in London, there's not really peace like that. I'm not gonna lie. Like London is very busy. London is very just like go, 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 go. And I've stated this many times that before I moved to Grenada, I used to be very much in the rat race, very much just like hustle and bustle. So obviously going down to Grenada now and living there for 5 years, it really has allowed me to slow down a lot more. However, since coming back, it's like I've had to kind of, draw from that past self of mine, which was, the hustle and bustle Ninky. So yeah, like introspection, isolation, hermit mode has been something that has really been helping me right now in this space. And I appreciate that because I'm not somebody that likes to be out there unless I'm ready to be out there. Like I don't like to show face until I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel like I have the energy now to be around people because guys, like let's be for real. People's energies be weird. Okay? People have weird energy. And I, as somebody who is a seer, somebody who is highly intuitive, I can't be around anybody's energy. So yeah, introspection, isolation, returning back to my peace has been really important to me. And I would say like overall, I've been getting back into my happy space. I've been getting back into my heart space. And that's the reason why I'm wearing green. Yeah, I just feel like at this time I am choosing love and I am choosing, community and, collaborations. I've always been very big on collaborations, but yeah, I would say like at this time, like I'm really just becoming more fulfilled with just like the little things in life and, just being more grateful and, just making the most of being in London because the way I've been itching, like for the people that know, for the people that the select few people that I talk to, you guys know how much I've been itching to come back to Grenada. Like I'm homesick. I'm literally homesick. But at the same time, I'm like, when I was in Grenada, I was yearning to come back to London. I was yearning to get that break, and I was yearning to connect back to my family, So I'm here now, and I very much have to make the most of it. And I am making the most of it, but I'm just ready to be in a bikini on Granans, or, go to a waterfall and yeah, just like have the sun just kiss my skin and just hug me and just welcome me back home. So yeah, that's how I've been doing. So yeah, let's further get into the yapping. I also am drinking some tea right now. This is cranberry and raspberry tea, so it's good for the room. So I will be sipping on this. All right, let's get further into the yapping. All right, so that was like the first little introduction thing there. So I'm gonna go on now to actually like how has my time in London been, and like reconnecting with like friends and stuff and like family. So like as I said before, I moved to Grenada in 2020. So this is the first time that I've been back to London since I moved. And there has been a lot of changes. Like there's been a lot of changes, firstly within myself, and secondly with my loved ones. Um, so, like since being back, like I've been facing a lot of challenges when it comes to similarities and, outdated um perspectives. Let's just say that. I feel like for me, I am constantly growing. And this is something that everybody is going through a growth. Everyone's always growing, right? But I would say for me, it's something that is a really deep desire. It's something that I'm constantly pushing myself to grow, constantly stretching. Oftentimes, I don't know what. Sorry, just messed up that sentence there. But anyways, oftentimes I do get into states where I'm like, you know, I can do better and I have to do better because I want to get out of my circumstances. And if I keep doing the same things, if I keep being the same way, if I keep thinking the same way, I'm going to be stuck in this pattern, this cycle. So that's how my thoughts are constantly, playing around in my head. That's like my process. So, coming back to London now and just, viewing the world in such a different way now, it's like that has been something that I've really had to navigate. And it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. Like, listen, just because I be smiling and, making it seem like, yeah, my life is rainbows and sunshines, and, you know, when you view my Instagram, it looks very curated and very like polished and very, pretty, but you really don't know what's going on in people's lives. You don't know what people are dealing with. You don't know the state of people's mental health. Like you don't know anything. And that is why I oftentimes isolate, because I just don't like troubling people with my problems. And I do feel like that is something that I am going to work on more next year. Um, Focusing more on like cultivating community and cultivating friendships and, people around me who I can genuinely be myself with, people around me who I can genuinely share and unload with and not feel like this person is just around me because they either want to use me, they either want to, go back and tell somebody my business, um or they just want to be around me so that they can get character development. So yeah, I feel like it's really important um for people to kind of like be okay, especially when you're like kind of like awakening, especially because you guys know I'm a spiritual girly, bro. So this all yap session that I'm, talking to you guys today about is going to be very much aligned to spirituality and the universe and just me as a person. So when I refer to certain things, just know that it's not surface level, just know that it's much more deeper than that. So take with that as you will. But yeah, like it's been very nostalgic being back here, because in one hand it's like, okay, I remember the Ninky that used to do this. I remember the Ninky that used to chill with this person. I remember the Ninky that used to go in this area, where te 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 te. And then it's like, on this hand now, it's like, okay, you have the Ninky that has been living alone for 5 years. You have the Ninky who's very much created a world for herself, and she's unlearned so many things. She has a new way of living, new perspective, new routines, new way of just, being. Like, she's a completely different woman from 5 years ago, right? So it's like coming back now into London, and I'm basically having to merge the two. That has been really difficult because, when you're around family and family has known you for so many years, like they've grown up with you, it's like they've seen your evolution. And when you have changed drastically, it's like oftentimes family sort of finds it hard to kind of see you as this new version, because in their head there it's like, I know you as the Ninky from 5 years ago, like, who is this imposter? So that has been some big challenges that I've had to face. And I've honestly had to let go of a few friendships as well. Like, and it is what it is. Like, guys, one thing about me, especially this year being a 9 year, for the people who are into astrology, the 9 year, which is the year of the wood snake, right? This is 2025, this year, is all about shedding off skin. It's all about releasing. It's all about, like karma, and just like, you know, just releasing. It's very heavily focused on releasing. And I feel like I have been releasing a lot this year, and it's been needed. And yeah, I feel like I needed to come to London because I needed to just release things, speak about things, end things. And that's been my journey in London, honestly. Like, that's been my journey. Like, and for you to be able to release things and kind of like propel yourself forward into a new timeline, a new headspace, you really have to be in isolation. You can't be distracted. Like, and that's something that I will be speaking about as well, like distractions. Um, yeah, like distractions when you're going through major shifts is like, yeah, you need to be very like wary of people distracting you, because ultimately, like, sometimes people be doing things to you, and sometimes it may be conscious, but a lot of the time it's unconscious, because of course, like, they have seen you in this light. They've known you for a while, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, when you're starting to grow now, when you're taking, you know, calculated steps to really pour into your growth, people see that and people don't like that. So it's like, people can distract you, people will distract you, but it's up to you to really like be like, okay, like, what is my value? What do I really want to pour my energy and time into? What is my priority, really and truly, So yeah, London has been very nostalgic. And as I said, like, I am going to be making the most of it, because when I do go back down to Grenada, it's, it's going to be in a much more, I will be in a much more different headspace. And with everything that I've went through in London, it will all be worth it. So yeah. Okay. Next on the list point is some truth that I've been learning. And a big one is, people have it good in the Caribbean. People have it good in Grenada. Trust me. Okay. And I mean, like I've known this. Like I've always said this, that being in Grenada is just the best, because you have such a simple life. You can, like, you don't really stress too much. Like there's no need to stress too much. It's very slow, it's very peaceful, it's very much community oriented. Um and it's like you feel like anything is possible. Anyway, that's for me, because I know that when I was living there, when I was living there, I'm still living there, bitch. I'm still living there. When I was down there, it was like I just felt so, like, free. I felt very free. I felt very relaxed. I was able to just, you know, be me, away from, family, away from old friends, away from the rat race, the matrix. I could literally curate a personality for myself. I could literally curate the life that I wanted. And that's exactly what I did. So living in the Caribbean, it honestly is a blessing. It's a blessing. And of course, like, everybody should travel. This is something that, I'm an advocate for. Like, traveling is going to open your mind. And I feel like a lot more people in Grenada, a lot more locals, they need to aim to travel, because being in Grenada for all your life, it really does shrink your mind. Because I can say for me, like, living there for 5 years straight and not taking a break from Grenada, it was shrinking my mind. It genuinely was shrinking my mind. Like, and I was finding it so hard to kind of, like, of course, to the outside looker, of course, it's not going to seem like I was having it difficult, or I was finding it difficult, but I genuinely was at certain points. I was just like, no, like, I can't see my way. I just feel like Grenada's too small. Like, people don't want to collaborate. Um, and that's where I was finding it difficult. But overall, I would choose Grenada again and again. Like, I've said this many times, because Grenada brings out a side of you that that requires you to slow down. Like, it requires you to really sit still and look within yourself and ask yourself, like, what can I actually offer to Grenada? Because Grenada is already offering you so much, so much abundance. So it's like, how can I now give that back to Grenada? And that's what Grenada asks of you. And yeah, like, I just feel like it really is home for me, and I just can't wait to go back. And I just feel like more Caribbean people need to really treasure home and honor home, because that's also something that I'm also doing as well. Guyana, I'm also on the path of honoring Guyana, because I'm Guyanese, like, deep rooted Guyanese woman, like, and I haven't been honoring home. Like, it's been a decade and change since I've really, like, connected back to my roots. And it's something that I really need to start doing more. And as I said, like, I've taken the steps. And I've been, posting on Instagram, making my articles about Guyana, and just slowly, like, tapping back into my roots. So yeah, like, try not to make excuses for yourself sometimes. Like, I feel like a lot of the times we do tend to get into victim mode and kind of, like, blame outside factors, when you have the key. Like, you genuinely have the power, bro. Like, it's you, there's nobody else. Don't blame anybody else. Like, yeah, I understand that sometimes, and this is going for me as well, and this is me speaking my truth and me speaking from experiences in some of my process. Like, I would say I oftentimes can get into stages where I'm, like, deep down in the dark, like the trenches, like I'm sabotaging myself sometimes, or like I'm just like some like isolation. Prime example, isolation. Like, sometimes I know that I do need to connect with people. I do need to reach out to people or like link up or whatever the case may be. And it's like I would literally prolong my isolation. And sometimes that can get me depressed. So these are the factors that I'm talking about. Like sometimes it really is you. A lot of the times it really is us holding ourselves back. So yeah, that's like a big truth for me. And something else that I've really been like tapping into is shame. Um, because I feel like for women especially, we can oftentimes feel very shameful and oh, we've done this, or I feel shamed. No, I don't feel ashamed. That's not something that I want to be resonating with anymore because this is a human experience. I'm a soul. I'm a very aware soul. So it's like everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm going through, everything that I'm becoming, I don't need to be ashamed of that, you know? And I'm not going to let other people make me feel ashamed of that as well because I'm very much aware of myself. I'm very much aware of who I was in the past. I'm very much aware of all my choices that I've made. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of the woman that I am and I'm also becoming. So that's something that I have really been tapping into, like shame. Like what the fuck is shame? Like why are you shaming me? Why do I feel shame? Like why do I feel shame? I'm the love of my life. Like everybody is and should be the love of their life. So it's like why are you shaming the person that you love? You know? So yeah, those are a few things that I've been learning. What else have I been learning? What else have I been learning? Mm, yeah, I might as well just speak about this as well. So addiction. Addiction. Let me actually drink some tea. Hmm. Oh God, this tea cold like diagnose. That's what Guyanese people. That's what Guyanese people be saying, fam. It's cold like dog nose. So like like when you touch a dog's nose, like it be cold. So that's what we be referring to when our drink is cold, our tea is cold, whatever. So yeah, you lot learn something new. But anyways, addiction. This is something that I've been battling with. Oh my God. Like, and I'm gonna be honest about it because this is what my podcast is all about. Like, this is what all my spaces are all about. All about being being like the guinea pig in a sense, Of course, like I don't owe my audience anything, but at the same time, if I'm constantly talking about truth and community, um, I also have to be embodying that. And I feel like speaking my truth will always resonate with people. So I need to be the change that I want to see in the world. So yeah, addiction. This weed addiction, let's say weed addiction, because I don't really think I'm doing coke or nothing like that. Like shit. Weed addiction. I have been smoking weed for a very long time. I think I started smoking weed when I was 16. I'm 25 now. Okay, big woman things. And I have been on and off. Like I've been on and off with weed. Like, and before I came up, I was sober for like a year and 11 months. Was it a year and 11 months? A year and like 2 months, sorry. A year and like 2 months. Trying to stretch it. But at that point in time, because obviously I was working with Pure Grenada, so I wasn't able to smoke. Like my head had to be sharp. I had to be like on things, But I really appreciated that lengthy break that I gave myself because I could see that I could see sorry, I could see my full potential outside. Oh Lord, sorry. I could see my full potential outside of weed. And I think that's really important for weed smokers. Like, take breaks, bro. Take breaks, because you want to actually see if you're smart. You want to actually see if your brain can actually function without weed. And I did that for a year and change. And it was honestly the best thing. So I know that I can come off weed, and I know I can do it for a lengthy period of time. But it just requires a lot of discipline. Right? So I know that. However, since coming back to London, I lasted a while. Like, during Carnival, I didn't smoke. And that was obviously in August. I didn't smoke in September. No, I started smoking in September, the ending of September. And since then, I've been chugging it, bro. And a big reason for that is because of my environment, honestly. Like, and this is not about me just like putting the blame out there. I'm stating that a big reason, of course, one reason is because, yeah, shit, like, I want to smoke weed, sure. But another major reason is because of my environment. Coming back to, how I have shifted and I have changed over the 5 years, and I have my family who haven't like changed in the way that I have changed, and you have a polarity there in the middle. So there has been a lot of like challenges that I've had to face with family, and just like being in, being around them again, being in, their environment again. And that has definitely pushed me to smoke weed a lot more, to kind of self-preservate. Yeah. And kind of, yeah, just self-preservation, to be honest. And yeah, it's been, once again, like, it's something that I'm aware of. I'm a very aware person. Like, I'm very aware of my thoughts. I may not be aware of everything, but I know that weed is something that it it makes my brain move slow sometimes. I mean, my brain is still fast, but I know how my brain is without weed. And this is something that I've been battling with for a while. So yeah, I just want to talk about addiction, like, addiction isn't something that, it's not easy. It's really not easy. And just because it's weed, that doesn't mean that um it's less like bad, if you get me, like more, like less bad than coke, or drinking, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's still in the same spectrum. But what I would say now is that weed is different, though, because weed is a herbal plant. And I would say, like, it has really been allowing me to kind of like receive certain insights and messages from the universe, my spirit guides, wherever. Like, it has really been helping me in that way. So I wouldn't view it altogether as bad. I just know that it's something that I do need to take a prolonged break with. And I will be doing that when I come down to Grenada. Like, there's no ifs or buts, because Grenada, you just being in Grenada gives you a high, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And just being in Grenada gives you a high. So it's like, I don't necessarily need to be smoking weed when I go down to Grenada. And it's not something that I will be doing as much as I've been doing up here in London. London is depressing. It's like, I was coming over here to the studio to film today, and I was just like, the sun is out as well. So I really, like, I'm appreciative of that. Like, I feel so grateful when I'm just like seeing the sunshine. Like, it just makes me so happy. So I'm coming over here now, and I'm just like deep in, like, London during the winter time is so depressing. Like, I actually forgot how depressing it is being in London during the winter time. Wearing all these jackets and stuff. I don't like wearing jackets. I don't like wearing jackets. Scarves, what the fuck? These long, sorry, pants. Like, that's not me. Like, I'm gonna be in some shorts and a vest and a bikini. Yeah, so, oh, London, man. London has definitely been it's been a journey, bro. Like I have once again forever changed, and that's just something that I'm constantly doing. Like it's just death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Like I feel like I've died so many times being in London, so many times. So yeah, like for people that are watching this, just know like it's a new Ninky coming back to Grenada. It is. So look out. Be prepared. Okay. So let's talk about Spice Frame now. Let's talk about Spice Frame. So as you guys know, for the people who follow me on Instagram and are, very much like in tune with my work, I have recently launched my magazine, my digital magazine, Spice Frame. So I rebranded Pin Agency to Spice Frame. And Spice Frame is all about Black culture, Caribbean roots, our magazine. So I've really been enjoying building that because I feel like community is something that I will be highly focusing on next year. And I mean, 2026 is all about community as well, community, love, union, and I just feel like it's so fitting that I rebranded to this all inclusive, well, Black inclusive, Caribbean inclusive magazine, where I can actually like showcase my multicultural aspects. And that's why like I've also been like tapping into Guyana more because Guyana, like I haven't been ready for Guyana because I know that Guyana has so much to give, and I have so much to share with my audience on Guyana. And I'm not going to rush that because I am someone who is very much into alignment. Like I'm not going to do things out of alignment. It just wouldn't work. So I just feel like, yeah, like when it's aligned, which it is very much aligning now, I will be sharing more about Guyana and, just sharing like stuff about the Caribbean, man, like Grenada, even like London, like the diaspora here in London. Like I have been, showing a lot more about that. But overall, like I'm really just excited about Spice Frame because it is a space where people can just come together, share their stories. We have people who do poetry. They have a platform that they can share their poems with me, and I literally just put it up on Spice Frame so people can go and read through that if they'd like. We do interviews with people who just want to share their stories, who want to get featured. Like it's a really big deal. And I'm happy that I was able to birth it up here in London because I feel like if I was in Grenada, I wouldn't have been in the correct headspace to be able to really like visualize how far I want it to go. But being in London, being in such an expansive place, it's really allowed me to kind of like hone in my vision and kind of like, see where it could go. And I'm excited about it. I'm very much excited about it. And if you haven't checked out Spice Frame yet, please, I will leave a link in the description so that you guys can go check it out because there's so much to come still. There's so much to come. But of course, it's December. This whole year, your girl was working. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay? Carnival, Spice Mass, then Notting Hill. Them two especially took me out. Like when I say I was doing so much work for tourism in Grenada in August, it was nuts. Like it was nuts. Yeah, like we would go to like one event, then have like a 3 hours nap, then get up, go to the next event. Like Spice Mass is not for the week. It's not for the week. But yeah, like I just feel like now, like December, and I know I'm not the only one. Like a lot of people, like it's Christmas season now. Like, people need to just be relaxing, just resting. And this is like my favorite time. Like I love the ending of the year because I can really just like relax and just not do anything. And also, as well, I feel like that's why I've kind of been indulging in my addictions in weed a lot more, because I'm just like, I'm self medicating. Like, that's just, and I know it sounds bad, but once again, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not telling you this for a pity party or for you guys to shame me. I don't care. It's not even about that. It's literally just about me sharing with you guys my process and just how my mind works. That's it. I mean, you're never really going to understand how my mind works, to be honest, because you're not me. But yeah, like I feel like I just tend to, pull back. And when I pull back, it's like I pull back really far. I go deep down into the depths. It's a Scorpio in me, really deep down into the depths. And I can get very like tumultuous and just depressed and just self-medicating and just like really dark and processing like the whole year and what I've been through and shedding relationships and doing this and just analyzing. Like that is how I get at the end of the year. And it's perfect. Like I love that. Like I love being in that state because I know that when I'm ready to come out again, I'm going to rise like the phoenix that I am. And that is really going to just like propel me forward and give me all the energy that I need to kind of like start the year. So, what I'm basically trying to say is that if you are feeling, depressed right now, if you're just feeling very sluggish and very like you just don't give a fuck about life or you don't want to work anymore, it's very valid. It's very, very valid. And don't shame yourself about it. Just be okay. Just accept where you're at right now, bro. Like accept where you're at. And I feel like the first step in just like coming to terms with wherever you are at is acceptance. Like once you can accept where you're at, like everything else just becomes so like whatever. I just feel like it's okay. Like it's okay to feel just confused right now. Like there's a lot going on in the ethers, Three Eye Atlas, going into the Fire Horse year, you know, galactic ships, all of these things, Diddy. Like there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the world. And honestly, like taking a break from social media, taking a break from people is much, much, much advised. So yeah. And coming back to distractions, like this isn't the time to be like distracted. Like, okay, if you're gonna be distracted with things that make you happy. Be distracted with having a good time. Like be distracted with, I don't know, like binge watching a good TV show while you stay inside and cuddle up with a blanket. Like good distractions, but not distractions that are taking you out of your comfort bubble, out of like your resting period. Like not those distractions. We don't need those type of distractions because going into next year, like next year is a universal 1/10 or 10/1. So it really is all about like new beginnings, bro. Like new beginnings, a new way of living, a new lifestyle, shedding off the old you, being born into the new you. So that requires a lot of energy. So it's like right now, people really need to be just resting, resting. Like I don't play about resting. I don't play about resting. Like any chance I get, I'm taking a nap. I'm taking a nap. I'm taking a nap. Like for real, for real. Like ask my sisters, ask my nephew. Like I could have just like woken up and probably like an hour, 2 hours. No, let me not say an hour. Like 2 hours, 3 hours. I'll probably like eat breakfast or eat something. Then like 3 hours later, I'm like, okay, time to take a nap again. I don't care. I'm going to take a nap because this year hasn't been easy. This year has not been easy. And it's just important for people to kind of like sit down and kind of reflect on how far they've come because we oftentimes can just kind of like dismiss everything that we've been through and just kind of like move on to the next big accomplishment. This is something that I do because once again, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just talking was just to talk. Like I have this thing with me where it's like I'm always just ready to go on to the next, the next, the next, the next, the next, next. Like the next big accomplishment, the next big thing, the next. And as the years have been going by, I would say like from last year, I would say from last year into this year, I've really just realized that like you really need to enjoy the process. Like enjoy the process of becoming the next you. And that's where I'm at right now. So yeah. So this is basically the end of the episode, my solo episode. I hope that like I hope that I've like structured this well enough. But it's not even a performance thing, man. Like it's just needing to just sit down with myself, just talk to the cameras, talk to you guys, um, and just kind of just speak, to be honest, because I'm always journaling. I'm always journaling. I am a writer. I have tapped into my writing abilities. So this is just a natural progression of me writing, just, yeah, needing to do a solo episode. So, yes, it's very much needed. And I'm happy that I did this today. And I want to end on the note of London has been very difficult. It has been difficult. Um, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Yeah. But ultimately, I needed to go through this period because the way I feel right now and the wisdom that I've gained, nobody can take that away from me. No one can take that away from me. And I feel very powerful in my knowing and in my autonomy and, just in my mind, even though I be smoking weed, but in my mind, I feel very sharp and very assured of like, I'm in the right place and things are genuinely working out perfectly for me because I want them to. And I'm doing the work to back that. So yeah, like I'm really happy about, everything that I've learned on this journey and what I've launched, what I'm building. It's beautiful and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, just like overall, like I'm in love with myself very much so. Um yeah, like the love that I have for myself has deepened significantly since being here. And yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. I'm very much grateful that I'm able to shoot in such a beautiful studio. Like honestly, shout out to Fifi. Like Fifi really it's this has been one of the most important connections that I've established in London. And I genuinely just want to say thank you so much, Fifi. I don't know if you're gonna, watch this back when he edits it. You probably will, but anyways, thank you so much. You've genuinely been such a kind, loving soul and, such a just so like watery, like you are a water sign, but you've been so watery in terms of like just your hospitality, in terms of your warmth, in terms of you sticking to your word. And that's something that I highly respect. So yeah, just thank you for allowing me to come and shoot in your spaces. And I'm very much grateful for everything. So that is the end of today's episode. I'm not gonna lie, like I needed this. I needed to just talk and yeah, I mean, if you get what I was talking about, if I made it clear enough, yeah, just like let me know what you guys have been going through in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I always just love to just kind of like connect with my community and kind of like grasp what they have been going through and if what I've spoken about relates to any of you guys. So please like let's just start the conversation and yeah, I wish everybody a beautiful Christmas with their family and of course a happy new year because the next time I will be filming this episode will be in Grenada. So Yeah, this will be my last episode that I will be filming in London. And then I will be seeing you at my next studio in Grenada. So I'm excited. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, just like, yeah, share it with anybody that wants to um, learn more about Grenada. Anybody that you feel would benefit from this episode and kind of like, make them feel, I guess, like seen in a way. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to Salt Plus Honey. I hope that you guys have an amazing Christmas and yeah, Happy New Year. Bye.